Welcome back. UAW President Shawn Fain did not announce new plants walking off the job. It's the first Friday that this has happened since the auto strike began. In his Facebook Live update to union members this afternoon, he said that progress is being made with the big three, but he says there's still more work to be done.
Yeah, he mentioned a big win for the UAW, saying that General Motors agreed to include its battery plant workers under the national agreement. 25,000 workers remain on the line tonight across 21 states.
So joining us for more insight on what we are seeing and learning today is Marick Masters, Wayne State Professor of Management, and also Bob King, former UAW President. Thank you both.
A pleasure to be here.
So based on what we're hearing today, what are you thinking based off of what Shawn said?
Well, I think today is both monumental and pivotal. I think it is monumental in the sense this is a major concession on the part of General Motors. It's pivotal in that I think it applies pressure to the other companies to make a similar concession. And this is very consistent with what Shawn Fain has tried to do from the very beginning, and that is chart a course to a fair and just transition to electric vehicles.
Now, Bob, with this being the first Friday that they haven't announced any new locations, is that a sign of progress? Is that a reason for hope?
Absolutely. President Fain was ready to announce a major General Motors plant to stand up today, and didn't have to do that because General Motors made this really important agreement with the UAW today that the workers in battery plants will be under the master agreement. I'm very excited about what they achieved today. It has a long-term implication for all members of the UAW. Really important breakthrough.
We've seen that a lot of those UAW members, Bob, are telling Shawn to keep applying that pressure and to keep fighting the good fight. Are you surprised at all to see this cooperation from GM?
Oh, no, I think that, the corporations had to listen to Shawn. Shawn's been talking to the membership. He knows what they really important to them, and he understands the industry and understands how critically important it was to achieve this. What's exciting to me is many people said this wasn't possible, that he'd never get this, and he did. It shows that the strategy they put together is working extremely well. And in long term, it's really important for America. I think the Biden administration is very happy about this today, too. And I hope it helps everybody in America understand the importance, next step after contract is done, of really working to get sectoral bargaining, which will even the playing field for all workers, all auto workers, whether for transnational, whoever they're for, to get equal pay and benefits. So companies then compete on who's got the best product, the best technology, the best quality. Those items, not on who can pay their workers the less, or not on who can have so many or too many temporary employees. This is a huge breakthrough.
Marick, with the battery plant workers in particular, they're saying that that is a very big deal. Were they not originally included?
No, the company's original position, that was because most of them were joint ventures. They had to be organized on a case-by-case basis and then negotiate their own contracts. This is really something that, frankly, I didn't expect the companies to give. I thought they would fight tooth and nail not to give this. So as Bob said, this is really reflective of a strategy that's worked so far in getting the companies to make this kind of concession. And I would think that it's almost ironclad that the other two companies will have to make this concession because the writing's on the wall.
Bob, we heard Shawn earlier speak to some of the members, and he told them, we're not doing this just for the heck of it. We don't want to have to do this, but we have to see this change. He also talked about the fact that we know what it's like to not know when your next check is coming. That's something that's very frustrating for a lot of these union members. What are your thoughts on how they're feeling seeing this progress? Do you think that this will motivate them to keep going?
Oh, absolutely. I don't think there was any question they were going to keep going anyways. I've talked to hundreds of workers on the picket lines. They're excited about the strategy. They feel really strongly that they were not getting justice. Really, since the companies almost went into bankruptcy, workers made huge sacrifices. So Shawn has been expressing the anger and frustration of the membership. These aren't his issues, as he said. These are membership issues and membership demands. And they're, I think, excited to see a leader that is fighting as hard for them as Shawn is, in a plan and a strategy that's working for them. So I think they feel really positive about the developments.
progress is being made, and that's always a great thing. But Marick, not to try to blur the waters a little bit, but when the Writers Guild was on strike, and then an agreement was reached, they went back to work immediately, even before the ratification. Is that something that our union workers could hope for here, or is that maybe not?
Well, I think that remains to be seen. That'll have to be worked out between the parties. But I think the important thing is that they come to a tentative agreement that the members can ratify. It's really important. I think Shawn Fain has his mind on getting an agreement that the members will like and want to ratify, not something that they'll have crammed down their throats like they have felt has happened in the past.
And it's been interesting, Marick, to see the negotiating on both sides and the compromise. How are you feeling about what we're seeing right now and also what they're still asking for?
Well, I would think, you know, when you get down this close, the devil's in the detail. There are things to be worked out, so you can't get overly optimistic. But certainly there is a great deal of progress that has been made, and I think this strategy has been a superlative strategy in trying to get the workers' message across and getting the companies to realize that they had to make concessions.
All right. Well, Bob and Marick, thank you both so much for joining us.